Jaguar. Yeah, that new Jaguar. Well, of course, that video has caused quite a bit of consternation on the internet, and why not? It's a disaster for a company that looks like it's deliberately self-destructing. But some people out there don't think so. Take, for instance, Jaguar's own head honcho. You know, he's getting mad at all of the, what did he say? Vile hatred going on online. Of course, the problem with it is that it's everybody online. He should read this as a very serious warning sign, but as of right now, he's probably not going to. Now, Jaguar is actually set to unveil what this new vehicle, whatever it may be, looks like about a week from now in Miami. Can't wait to not see this thing. But what's even funnier is that right about the same time that Jaguar dropped this, Volvo dropped an ad for their cars, which, let's just say, was in stark contrast to Jag. Renegade Online. I want to talk about the contrast here real quick. Talk about missing the mark with Jaguar versus what Volvo has done. This is too good. I really want to bring this up because it just goes to show, kind of where we are. So again, let me play this god awful Jaguar rebranding ad, and then let me show you, if you haven't seen it, what Volvo has done. So in other words, if you're a mentally deranged freak or whatever, buy whatever they're selling in that commercial, I don't know who the hell that's supposed to appeal to, but it's certainly not classic British Jaguar owners and prospective buyers. But that is how Jaguar has decided to rebrand itself. Now, in the same week that came out, and not to mention the fact that Jaguar has received, even from major media outlets, just an absolute backlash for this, trying to explain it. Yeah, I saw this one.
I don't know if they've tried to fix it. Can we play this, Valiant? Is it allowed? Can we play this one?
Yeah, if you want to play it. No, I had that one as well in my background. But I mean,
all right,
yeah.
Here we go, folks. They've attempted. Jaguar is shifting. Here we go. They're going to pounce on the moment. Oh, that's
I mean, if that's actually what the next commercial is going to be, then it would be great, because that's what it needs to be. That whole cast.
The sales would go through the roof.
Now, let me show you what a proper marketing campaign is that's properly designed to reach your customers and your prospective customers. This is an extended ad. I maybe get a copyright claim for this. I don't know. I don't care. But we're going to play this because I want everybody to see what Volvo did this week. And I want you to see if you can maybe spot the difference.
Hey.
Hey.
Okay.
Yeah. Well.
Hello.
Hey, Mom.
How are you guys? How you doing?
Yeah, we're good.
Something wrong?
No. But we've actually got something to tell you.
Can I say so far that in this commercial, we've actually got a car in it? We're actually seeing We're actually getting a freaking car in a car commercial. I'm just going to let you know up front, if you're looking at this thing going, wow, this looks amazing, and the cinematography is gorgeous, this is because Volvo, unlike Jaguar, didn't hire some DEI talentless piece of crap to come up with nonsense. The cinematographer, the director of photography for this television commercial, if y'all don't know this,
It's pregnant.
this is the same guy that did Oppenheimer.
Oh, he's joking.
You're gonna be a grandma.
Oh my God. How does it feel?
I'm scared, Mum.
Why are you scared?
About it all, you know? The nights, the responsibility. Like, we're gonna need a bigger place.
Help with all that.
I know, bless you, you're so sweet. I've got this feeling that we're gonna have a daughter. Just as stubborn as her mum.
Oh, hopefully not. The family's knows.
That's the legacy she might have to live with. She might be the reason we tied a knot.
What if I don't do good in class?
I just want to say and do the right things, you know?
Quick thoughts. We're halfway through this. Does anybody sense a difference between this and Jaguar?
It speaks directly to the brand, family, protecting the family. It speaks to very common human values, of raising kids, and that's universal. I think it's instead of appealing to the 5%, it's appealing to the 95%, and it's directly tying it into their brand.
Volvo understands their audience. It's exactly as you said. It's family. It's safety. It all revolves around the vehicle, right? Generational vehicles. They're not sitting here trying to, let's go after the modern audience. Like, no, we know our customer base, and we're going to appeal to a broad audience here. This is so well done.
And the emotion is powerful.
It is. It is. And this is why you go in and you hire somebody.
That's what sells, right? I mean, we make decisions on our lizard brain, and then we justify them with our cognitive brain. This, especially if you have a family, if you've had kids, this really tugs at the heartstrings immediately, and that is a powerful motivator to say, okay, what's next? What can I do to help my family?
I want to see the world with her. I'll also be happy staying home, doing nothing, letting her be a kid.
Are you awake?
Number 32.
Thank you.
I want to see her fall in love. But I also know what that means.
Okay. What happened?
And I know she's gonna bend the rules just like I did. And one day, I'll have to let her go.
I think it's gonna be hot every single day.
I'm excited to hear what she learns about the world, herself, what she adores, what she hates. I hope she likes the name we give her.
Have you thought of any?
It all depends. We like Leia.
Is this a Volvo commercial or a Folgers commercial?
Wow.
Volvo, we're ugly,
I mean-
but we're safe.
Yeah, I mean, look, this is, again, this is the difference here. It's like one of these two brands knows what the hell they're doing,
And again, this is not, obviously, it's not a 3-minute, almost 4-minute commercial. And they clipped this up into commercials. And it's like, good God, this is how you speak to an audience. Family, safety. This is the car you want. It tells a story in 3 minutes. I think it's beautifully done. And then you contrast that with the lifeless crap of Jaguar. And this is the big thing. Jaguar has basically stated, if you read who they're going after, they're saying they want young, childless adults with money and no time to spare to buy their cars. Jaguar is going after self-absorbed younger millennials, older Gen Z types. They're going after the self-absorbed, childless adult that is basically the modern TikToker, the bane of human society in many cases, unfortunately, especially politically. That's what they're going after. Volvo is going after the family. They're going after the mom and dad. They're going after the family. They're going after the people that want children, that want to be traditional in that sense. As crazy as that is to have to say in 2024, because that's where we are. And there could not be two greater contrasts of car companies right now. And it's weird that we're talking about this with car companies on the show, but that is the reality of it, at least as far as I can tell. I mean, what do y'all think?
Grums, you remember? Did you watch Rick and Morty at all? Do you remember?
I did.
You remember the Life of Roy arcade that Morty gets sucked into? I felt like I was watching that a little bit. But yeah, I mean, listen, you've got the idea of familial relationships versus you've got the idea of this sort of abstract, androgynous sort of, I don't even know what you call Cynthia Erivo's everywhere, right? That's the Jaguar thing. And I just, at this point I say, if they have not learned which marketing teams are there to help them sell their product versus which marketing teams are there to help themselves win marketing awards that have no monetary value, then they deserve to lose huge, vast, what's another thesaurus term? Great swaths of consumers. Great swath.
I think you're overthinking this whole thing and you're giving way too much credit to Volvo and not enough credit to Jaguar. Because first of all, I didn't even know Jaguar still existed.
Well,
we're all talking about Jaguar now.
Yeah.
Secondly, all Volvo did is just your basic standard run-of-the-mill traditional establishment commercial, right? It's like
that
just
works.
A bank. It's basically I was kind of joking, but truthfully honest, it's the Folgers commercial, right? Mm-hmm. They can afford to do this because they're there. They're not going anywhere. Did they really go through all the things that you're thinking of, Valiant? Maybe the people who actually wrote it and worked on it, but Volvo, no. They just wanted something fancy and cool to go out at the holidays because that's usually when a lot of these institutional ads go out, is that time of the year. So that's all it really is at the end of the day. It's just a cool, I think, Tom, inflated. And I get where you're coming from. And I'm not trying to pour cold water too much onto you.
Yeah.
But like, it's at the end of the day, it's like, look, is the Jaguar thing going to work out for them? Probably not, because the difference now compared to before is we actually have the Bud Light effect, right? Before it used to be, there's no such thing as bad press. You couldn't put out a bad ad as long as people were talking, right? It didn't matter. It's like you had people talking, that's a win. Now people are talking, but it's not in a good way, and you have the Bud Light problem.
Talking does not alone connect to a sale. You have to have that emotional component. And for Volvo, the Folgers angle works for them. The whole family.
Yeah, but I mean, are as many people talking about the Volvo ad as they are about the other one, though?
But they don't have to. But they don't have, and that's just it.
There's another company. BMW did a series, and it wasn't about family. It was about how cool it was to drive BMWs. It was called The Driver, right? And it was a series of short films shot by renowned directors where you had, I forget the actor's name. He became famous later in action movies. But they went out and it was about basically this driver for hire that would ferry celebrities or run something dangerous, and it made it cool. It made BMW like the cool performance car to have. But it had all of those stories had an emotional connection, and it was the stories about people that resonated. The Jaguar commercial is completely ephemeral, and it doesn't have that emotional component that I think is crucial to converting to a sale. You can get people talking about it, but if you want to get them to open their wallets, you got to do something more. And appealing to the extremely vapid type that just wants a vibe, that works, but that's a small market. You're talking about the influencers, you're talking about celebrities and things like that, who want to look cool and be different. Even Apple, their whole campaign was think different, but there was a reason behind it, right? Think of the 1984 commercial, right?
Yep.
Same things, even the same sledgehammer, right? But that was more about I'm being different in order to change the world to be better. And therefore, I'm going to go buy a Mac. I'm going to go buy an iPhone. And Jaguar doesn't have that conversion message. It doesn't tell me why I should be cool and different or why it's important. It's completely hedonistic.
Well, no, and I did used to work or not work so much. I did work, but I mean, I went to school for and all that kind of stuff in advertising. So like one thing we used to talk about a lot was the think different, the thing with Apple, and also the other one was think outside the bun. Because they were so iconic that it was like we kind of almost adopted those at that time as our own moniker or whatever you want to call it. It was like our quote, our slogan, our own slogan or whatever. So like at that point, that was like something like the Volvo commercial is just your standard run of the mill. And I get it. Some people are reacting to it the way they are now because of the political environment that we live in. But I just pointed out in the chat, it's like, look, had this commercial come out 2-3 months from now, maybe 6 months from now, I'd agree with you guys. It would be purely, this is a reaction to the way that things are going. But this commercial was already in production months and months and months, maybe even almost a year ago.
Yeah, no, I don't
this
think
was prior to them knowing there was going to be this huge change, and this was just Volvo doing Volvo's thing.
That's my point. No, Tom,
they're
you're
just
right.
basic, run of the mill, safe, and that's really what the advertisement's saying, right? We're trustworthy. We're always going to be here. We're part of the family.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. No, that's my entire point with this is that I'm not talking about like, oh yeah, one commercial looks like crap, the other one looks great. Throw that aside for a second. My point is that look at the messaging, and there could not be a more clear dichotomy of messaging here between two European car brands, and how they do the messaging, right? Jaguar's trying to reinvent itself, and it goes completely off the rails with this absolutely ridiculous, cringe-inducing, woke bullshit that they've done in this ad that makes no sense, to the point where even the mainstream media is looking at this going, what in the holy hell is this crap, right?
But the timing was wrong.
Yeah, the timing was totally wrong. But my point is, even throw the timing out for a second, it still looks terrible.
The modern audience is not the majority. And if you want to reach the majority, you can't. They just believe it is. They've been taught this, that the modern audience is where everyone is going. It's the right side of the history. Everybody's on board with this. But the people that are actually buying the product, they're not the modern audience. That's why Hollywood is suffering, right? They really believe this audience exists. And Jaguar, you're right, needs to appeal to men, to successful people who are on the cusp of success or are successful, or who want to have the allure of success. And their message should have been much more crafted around that, I think, to land. And the other thing they did is they failed to read the room. They didn't understand how the vibe has shifted. And you can't really blame them, because this stuff has to be made so far in advance. But, everything changed in just like 2-3 months here. And when that change happened, that thing landed like a lead brick, where it had the opposite intended effect.
Make sure you're subscribed to Valiant Renegade and join us every Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern for the live show.